will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This time Wilson will throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
To DK Metcalf. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 47-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And it brings up 3rd down.
First down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
He was taken
a 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Dancing to his left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 32 on the play.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson on target to DK Metcalf. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now K.J. Osborne. That is up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. He's going to get this one down to Cook, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On fourth down, they do snap it to Cousins. And this is incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, well, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations. When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles, and creating
under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Carson. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. On downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action. Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the throw down going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. The Seahawks have David Moore back deep.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sideline.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. D.J. Waddle able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Wilson. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Final play of the half. It's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will be brought down as time is now running out this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Here's Osborne. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And on the return, the Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On third down, Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Vikings, first down.
Cousins. Into the hands of Thielen, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
At the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Cousins. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
15. Seahawks 12. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is DJ Reed returning. Now increase here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now this time he'll look to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Brings up fourth down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He'll find Metcalf. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 28. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
7-yard line.
Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson on target to DK Metcalf. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here's Osborne. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
32-yard line.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. Past the 20, 10, 5. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The 6-yard line.
Prior, they took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Mixed the score, Vikings 22, Seahawks 18. Dan
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. DJ Waddle able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
7.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
47-yard attempt.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
Now for the all-critical extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even. Into overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here's Osborne. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously a touchdown to win.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
And as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. He's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.